Last couple of years in watchmaking have been mostly about micro brands. Well, micro brands is the word for 2026 as we have so many of them popping up by the day. And that's been the biggest push for legacy brands to up their game or stay relevant. What they were doing behind closed doors is suddenly up for everyone to see. All you need is access to China or Switzerland, and here you have a watch. That is the actual reality of what kind of standardization has happened at the supply chain level. And so I picked a hot new brand that not only has access to China's supply chain but also a huge untapped watch market. Hey guys, this is Yacht Watch Club and I am Siddhant and I am here to review a new micro watch brand. So if you are new to the page, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Milifortic is an oriental watch brand with a group of watch enthusiasts getting together to unleash China's supremacy of high-class manufacturing. Have you guys ever heard of Baltany? Well, that's an entry-level watch brand that targets the majority. While Baltany excel at creating homage watches, Milifortic largely have their own designs. And if you didn't know, Milifortic is a sister brand of Baltany. Milifortic has its collection divided between dive watches and military watches with retro and sports watches in the mix. They've got a good game going on here as I have this dress watch that I felt like scraping all the way through. So what I've really got here is this Milifortic S117 dress watch for men that's quite minimalistic in nature. I personally have a liking for minimalism and a Bauhaus approach seems like a great idea done right. While I have the one in red here, you could also choose the grey, the yellow, the black or the green dial. Well, I chose this for obvious reasons. I didn't have a red dial watch. And the first impressions reek of a German-led design thinking that puts this one to just another level. Well, I had my inhibitions with the quality that I would get on this quartz watch. But as soon as this one arrived on my doorstep, all doubts vanished. What started as a simple watch case acts as a travel pouch if you want to explore. At least we have got a watch box that does not sit in your almirah. This is an extremely well-built watch as it seems by the look of it, while it is casted out of 316L stainless steel. And you might be wondering what kind of a dial is this with both Roman and Arabic numerals. Well, that's a California dial that's reminiscent of a classic retro vintage design from the 80s. This doubles down on Bauhaus design principles with a monotone red dial, contrasting white elements, a sub-second style on the face with pencil, hour and minute hands. Milifortic has kept the dial simple with painted numerals all over with a high quality sapphire lens with anti-reflective coating. What's good is a 38mm case with a 46mm lug-to-lug width and just 8.5mm of thickness. While the dimensions may render this a small watch by size, it's actually meant for everyone to use while it weighs only 52 grams. This also has a decent 100-meter water resistance with the presence of a screwed down crown, which makes it a great daily driver. The crown is however a little less finished than everything else. But the lume on the dial is absolutely amazing as everything lights up on the screen under dark as they are using a Japanese luminescent material. And here they save a few bucks on customization as they have a plain stainless steel case back with no kind of literature whatsoever. This however houses a Seiko VD78 Quartz movement that's pretty basic and found in many entry-level watches. And all of this is well coordinated with a 20mm fabric strap that's used on this one. The strap is of decent quality, much better than what I've seen on Vostok's, while it feels great to wear. I have a 7-inch wrist and look at how this wears. While certain specs may seem average, but they are actually not and you will feel it once you use it. A Bauhaus design with Chinese pricing as this one retails for $115, which is right about 10,000 rupees. Well, that's an excellent watch for this price, but only up till you look at the competition. While you have the likes of Casio with this Edifice EFB109D and this Edifice EFB730D as some serious great options. While this is Casio's playground with watches like the EFRS 108 and this EFR 575, you could also flick a G-Shock at this price point. And extending the run is this Titan Stellar 2 and 3 lineup with some serious quartz watch alternatives. And I would like to choose a couple of Swiss military Hanovas for the exciting quality and an excellent price tag. But the star of the show here is the Timex Marlin Chrono, the Timex Q Chrono and this Q Continental watch. You could also go the Russian way and choose this Vostok Amphibia if you want a diver, and this Vostok East if you want a dress watch. And Citizen has a quartz watch that feels way above than what it is actually priced for. And if you haven't found a good watch, you could choose this Goderi Landmaster in titanium construction. Well, the concept of choosing the right watch is a myth, because priorities change and reasons change. And my primary decision is based on looks and design, while features come in next. And that is the reason why I chose this Bauhaus designed Milifortic watch. The $100 segment that this one thrives on is full with watches, while getting a good daily driver is quite tough. And this watch gave me a way of not choosing the same kind of stuff every single time. And I like my watches to be a conversation starter, which I can't really expect from a Timex or a Casio. And Milifortic is a good departure from the usual that we get, while it definitely is going to grab some eyeballs. In fact, this one reminds me so much of the Nomos Classica with its design language. And of course, it's no match between the two, but it's refreshing to see someone getting out those designs. And that is why I would like to rate this one a good 8.5 out of 10. So if you are the one to grab a Casio every single time, you got to try this new micro watch brand. And Milifortic seems to be the one that I would like to buy at this price. And what I would also like to see from them is the kind of speed with which they get more models out. Would you buy this Milifortic watch? What are you wearing today?